Wandering and Wondering with Mrs. Taylor, Volume 2. I'm so glad that you've checked in again to explore the outdoors with me. I love checking out what's outside in nature, and I hope that you'll join me on this next journey. So, today we're going to be exploring backyard habitats, or what's sometimes called microhabitats. We're wondering what we might find under rocks and logs. And I'll remind you of this again, but you shouldn't go out and check out what's under rocks and logs without a grown up with you. But if you follow our safety tips and take a grown up, you might be able to find some really cool things in your own backyard or maybe a park near your house. So, our wildlife camera hasn't caught much yet, but that doesn't mean that there's no life out there. So far, it's caught my kids playing outside and sometimes me walking down there with the dog, but no animals. The closest thing we got to an animal other than us was some movement of leaves in the wind. But that doesn't mean that nothing is living out there. So, in this video, Kinsey and I are going to explore all the tiny places that small creatures might hide. So, my backyard is a forest habitat, but sometimes we call the tiny spaces within a habitat, underneath a rock or a log, a microhabitat, where you find tiny creatures that maybe a camera wouldn't catch. And I'm wondering what's hiding in your backyard too. So when you watch this, you'll see Kenzie and I demonstrate the safe way to check under a log or a rock, and you still should always have a grown up present while you do that to see what kinds of tiny things might be living in the space. We also talk a little bit about the evidence of animals living in space. Sometimes you may not see something, but you'll see evidence, clues that an animal has been there. So we're going to be nature detectives, and I hope that you'll be nature detectives too. And I can't wait to hear what you notice and wonder from this video, and maybe even what you notice and wonder from your own yard or a park near your house where you're searching for animals as well.
Hey guys, here's my assistant, Kinsey. You may know her from the first grade at Downtown School. And Kinsey, are you listening for the directions on how to carefully examine microhabitats in your backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so right in front of you there's a big rock. Do you think something could live under that big rock? Don't touch it yet. Think something could live there? What kinds of things could live under it?
Worms, snakes. I know snakes because when we released Sonia's old snake,
Mm-hmm.
we released him near a rock.
And he crawled under it, didn't he?
Yes.
It's a good hiding spot. Okay, so the way to pick up a rock or a log, and we're going to check out several things like that today, is to pull it up towards you. So the rock becomes like a barrier between you and whatever's under it, so nothing jumps on you or surprises you and makes you drop the rock on anything else living under there. Do you think you can do that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's investigate while Kinsey carefully follows those directions. What is in the microhabitat under this rock?
Looks like nothing.
Looks like nothing under this one. I'm going to very carefully poke a little bit at this leaf litter and see if I can see anything else under here. At this point, do you think we'll find any snakes?
Probably not. Snakes. Well, snakes hide under leaves, but not leaves that are tightly tucked in.
Right, yeah. So maybe we'll find some bugs. Oh, look at that. That's not an animal, but that's some other life. Do you know what that is?
I actually do not.
That's a little root. Something is trying to grow out from underneath that rock. But not a lot of animals underneath this rock, or really evidence of animals. I see a little bit of bite marks here, like maybe an insect was chewing on that at some point, but he has moved on. So let's gently put this back down. And when we lift up a rock or log, oops, sorry, honey. Gently put it back like that, just in case. Okay, should we go find some more microhabitats in our yard? Excellent. Okay, so here's a board that was left out here during fairy homemaking. Do you remember the safe way to pick that up and see what lives under it?
Yes, you pull it towards you.
You pull it towards you.
There's definitely stuff living.
Ooh, I found something.
Yeah.
And this guy is in one of the sample videos. Do you know what that is? No. Yeah, wait, is it a millipede or a centipede? And how can you tell?
Aren't centipedes smaller?
Some are, some aren't. This guy is flat. And
Some millipedes smell good.
yeah, they do. Gently, ooh, this one smells good. Smell him. It's a cherry. Oh no, sorry little guy. He's a cherry centipede. So if you guys find these in your yard, they're not harmful.
They're
They look like this. And they have a nice smell. They smell kind of like cherries or almonds. I'm going to set you here, little guy. So if you pick up something from underneath a log or a board or a rock, putting them back nearby before you carefully put it back down is a good way to make sure that you don't harm them when you return that and try to return it back to its safe. Should we investigate some more? Try to find some more? Yes, okay.